He comes to us on Fridays. He generously gives of his time. He writes the Coastal Commuter column in the Marina Times. He calls himself the Culture Blaster. And he joins us on a wave of a rainbow. Yes. He's the magnificent Michael Snyder, everyone.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, Brett. Hello, Mark. And you know, guys, one day we're going to learn the truth about Bigfoot, about Xenu, the master of the universe, and of course, we'll learn about Atlantis. But until that day, please stop the voter suppression.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you.
Guys, Pride cometh before the fall. 4 months before the fall, in fact. So happy Pride Month to everyone in the LGBT community and their allies. I wanted to get that out there because June is, of course, Pride Month.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, if we could just get the fog to hold off so we can actually see the pink triangle in San Francisco.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
You know, we've got a few movies and maybe some TV stuff today that we should get to. What do you say?
I thought Michael was going to come in today. What happened on that? He actually sounds good, though. This line sounds good. Sometimes there's a delay, but it sounds pretty good so far. But, okay. Anyway, Michael, please continue. Go ahead.
Okay, well, way back in the 1970s, comedian Flip Wilson got himself up in drag to perform a breakout character named Geraldine on his popular TV variety show. You remember that? She was...
oh, my God, it was great. Absolutely terrific, yeah.
She was
that whole show was great.
She was a sassy troublemaker, right? She always explained her bad behavior with the catchphrase, "The devil made me do it." Well, anyway, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is not a new horror film about the resurrection of Geraldine. That might have been a better movie than what we got. Look, this is the third film in the series about the endeavors of Lorraine and Ed Warren, a real-life husband and wife who worked as paranormal consultants and had some notorious cases in the 70s and 80s, such as the one that forms the basis of The Devil Made Me Do It. And you know, whether you believe in this stuff or not, these guys were out there and they were recording all of their experiences, delving into the unknown. Anyway, that said, this is the least of the three Conjuring movies, although it still has the benefit of its assured leads, the great Vera Farmiga and the always reliable Patrick Wilson, who are back as the Warrens. And the Warrens are a couple of pious believers who think that if God exists, it follows that the devil does too. Anyway, the first couple Conjurings, especially the one with Annabelle the Cursed Doll, who got her own spinoff, by the way, they were like really kind of bracing, scary, tightly paced, and they had plenty of opportunity for suspension of disbelief to take hold and bring you into the Warrens' world. But this installment script is sort of blah, and though the subject is demonic possession, which should be good for some seriously profane thrills, it's flat. I mean, look, William Friedkin's The Exorcist, that's echoed, by the way, in the first few moments here. It's a frighteningly high bar to vault when it comes to demonic possession movies, you know, as in your piddling exorcisms come lately ain't going to ever be in the conversation. At one point, really, I was sitting there hoping for Max von Sydow and Linda Blair to materialize and really scare the hell out of me, but no such luck. Anyway, you get character actor John Noble, who specializes in older creepy guys. He's here, but even he doesn't register. I mean, this feels a little stale, and the pacing of the movie is plodding. So horror meister James Wan, who was in charge of the first two Conjuring movies, he directed them, and he did the first Saw movie and Insidious and Fast and Furious and the superhero blockbuster Aquaman. He's really missed here. He had like a really firm hand on these visits with Lorraine and Ed, and he's in the producer's chair, and he relinquishes the directorial duties to Michael Chavez, whose own movie, The Curse of La Llorona, is The Curse of La Llorona. It's much more interesting and worth your time than this. In other words, as Conjuring acts go, we've seen better ones. It's in theaters and on HBO Max.
Wow, really didn't like it. Disappointed. And it didn't sound like you weren't scared. I mean, which is kind of the thing. I mean, I don't like scary movies, but when you're into it, it's supposed to be scary, right?
Yeah, you want to be thrilled, and I just was like, yeah, get on with the possession. Yeah, where's the demon?
Wow.
Okay,
what else you have?
Let's move on. Undine, Undine, is a modern romantic drama inspired by the German folk tales about a mermaid who does not appreciate being spurned by land-dwelling male lovers. So in this interpretation by director Christian Petzold, Undine is an historian working as a lecturer for the city of Berlin's Ministry of Urban Development. And when her mad love affair with one guy goes sour, she swiftly falls into another relationship with a professional diver whose passion for her is totally evident. But Undine has issues, so things might not go as swimmingly as one might like. So Paula Beer, with a hint of the otherworldly as Undine, and Frank Rogowski, who's really solid and devoted as the diver, they're very, very good. She's like the German Jessica Chastain, and he's like the German Joaquin Phoenix, and I guess I'm like a guy making needless comparisons. They were both superb in Petzold's Transit, which I encourage you to seek out. It's set in Nazi-occupied France during World War II. Great, great film. But Undine...
What's that film called again? Sorry, what's that film? The one the other one? The Nazi-occupied?
Transit. Transit.
Transit. Okay, good. Sorry, go ahead. Okay.
Previous film by Petzold. But Undine is in German with English subtitles, and it has these dreamlike excursions into fantasy that take it from Berlin's sprawl into some really cool, dark places. It's in theaters and streaming on Apple TV. Undine, or Undina, if you're going to pronounce it like the diver does. Okay. Oslo is a piece of history as seen through the lens of the Tony Award-winning play Oslo, which dramatizes the amazing story behind the 1993 Oslo Peace Accords, wherein a Norwegian couple from the world of diplomacy convinced representatives from Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization to secretly meet and attempt to settle their eons of differences. So, hey, Brett, based on a true story, babe.
Look at that.
Yeah, how about that, Brett?
Nice.
It works out for you. Yeah. All right.
Okay, as we know today, these efforts didn't solve the conflict between the Palestinians and the Israelis, but the Oslo meetings between these enemies were noble in intent. They led to a level of mutual recognition, and they did save lives for a time. Ruth Wilson from Luther and The Affair, and Andrew Scott from Sherlock and Fleabag are, as ever, terrific. And here they play the Norwegian husband and wife whose determination and good intentions lead to a meeting of the minds that offered a chance to change the world. Oslo's kind of static in its presentation, as you might expect from the adaptation of a play, but it's a fascinating look into the process of achieving peace in the world's most volatile region. Oslo, which, by the way, was directed by Bartlett Sher and written by J.T. Rogers, is available for streaming on HBO Max.
Wow, look at you, Michael Snyder, with some good offerings. One that you want to pass on is The Conjuring. Apparently, The Devil Made Me Do It. But after that, you were sort of. It seemed like Undine. You were kind of like meh. That's a meh, right?
No, I thought it was very good. I just don't know. It's what you heard. I said German with English subtitles, and you heard meh.
That's true. When you said German with English subtitles, I thought, oh, okay, this is one I won't be seeing. And then, no, that's not true. I actually, I like the subtitles. Well, I mean, they don't bother me. I don't run to them. I mean, Michael Snyder is such a sophisticate that he goes for this.
Please.
And,
hey,
it's
listen,
true. It's true.
I'm a salt of the earth guy, which is one of the reasons I totally gravitated to Mayor of Easttown, which you can now stream in its entirety on HBO Max. It ran on HBO for the past month and a half. And I just want to throw in a recommendation for people to check out Mayor of Easttown, starring Kate Winslet as this rumpled, believably unglamorous, working-class Philadelphia area police detective. And this is an exciting and moving murder mystery with loads of interpersonal angst and an amazing supporting cast that includes Gene Smart, Guy Pearce, Evan Peters, and Julianne Nicholson, who you may recognize. I think her first big break was Ally McBeal. If Winslet and Nicholson don't get all the Emmy nominations for Mayor of Easttown, justice will not be served. And
this was not planned. I mentioned how we are hooked on it at my house, and I can't. I'm not drawn to the murder stuff because I have trouble sleeping as well when But this is terrific, and it doesn't it follow. I was saying before we have to wrap up. Really, Albert?
You're down to 5% battery.
Oh my God. Anyway, Michael, I love talking to you, and we can talk more, and next time we will talk more.
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm frustrated. I'd like to talk to Snyder longer. All right. So it was the Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, Undine, and Oslo. Those were and of course, Mayor of Easttown is the one that we're watching on HBO Max. Michael, thank you for joining us. I wish we had more time. We enjoy spending time talking to you. You can read Michael in the Coastal Commuter column, which is in the Marina Times, and on all platforms. He's the Culture Blaster. Thank you, Michael, for stopping through. Next week in the studio. Yeah, I'm told next week he's going to be right here in the studio, so we continue.